Hey,
Welcome back.
welcome to the Playdate podcast.
Episode 9.
This is the furthest we've ever gone
Yeah.
in a season.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Pretty crazy.
Episode 9.
I'm proud of us.
Our penultimate episode of this first part of the season.
Yeah, we'll split into two halves. Yeah.
I think we need a break, perchance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need a break from you guys.
we need a break. No. But I'm very
Yeah.
excited. Happy December.
Happy December. It's December 5th here. It's December 12th here.
Oh my god, this is coming out in 1 week. Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
It is, the next two are 1 week turnarounds for the Playdate.
Hands up!
Whoa,
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Oh my god.
Recently, though, we've had some good news. I mean, if you want to call it good news, but yesterday was Spotify Rap Day.
Score!
Thank God.
This was an eagerly anticipated holiday.
Yeah.
I'm calling it a holiday because it is.
No, it is, for sure. I think, though, I've been waiting for so long, for a year now.
This is our green episode.
Yeah.
Okay, let me change it to something green. Anyway, continue.
Okay, we're back. So, I've been waiting for Spotify Rap for a good amount of time now.
Yeah.
Because I've been an Apple Music listener for so long. I was an Apple Music listener until December 1st of last year. Because I saw Spotify Wrapped come out, and I was like, well, I have to have it now. So,
well, this is something I must have.
I joined Spotify.
Yeah.
I paid for it myself. Yeah.
Gagged.
And it was great.
Mhm.
It was fun.
Yeah, how did you enjoy your year of Spotify?
It was good. I literally could not tell the difference between that and Apple Music, but the only difference is that
music quality?
everyone uses it.
Yeah.
There's no difference in music quality or the kind of music that's on there.
Mm-hmm.
All the stuff that I like is going to be on there, so it's not like it's an issue.
Do you like the platform? Do you have a preference for platform? Like
user experience?
Yeah, user experience.
I think it's a little bit more complicated on how to use Spotify,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think that it's a cleaner look,
Mm-hmm.
and the interface is cleaner and a bit easier to utilize on face value, but adding to playlist, adding to queue are a little bit more confusing than if you were an Apple.
Adding to queue, you just swipe.
But on Apple Music, you have play next and play last. On Spotify, there's only one option for add to queue.
Yeah, and then you have to move around.
And then you have to move it around. So there's a couple things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, this is our green episode. Now we are officially donning the full green outfit.
Oh yeah.
It was Spotify Wrapped yesterday. I mean, we have to intro with our top 5 artists.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
Okay.
I gotta remember mine.
In no surprise to anyone, an artist that I found.
Wait, are you going top to bottom or bottom to top?
Ooh.
Because it's like a reveal, you know? And we could go like our 5th and then our 4th.
Sure,
and,
we'll go bottom to top.
Yeah.
My 5th artist is somebody that I have always been a fan of, but they started making music more recently, and I did fall in love with their album, and I think it was the beginning of the year that I listened to them a lot, which is the reason why they are in my top 5. Otherwise, I don't think I listened to them as much as I did in the second half of the year as I did in the first. But I guess I listened to them a lot in the first half of the year, and Renee Rapp is my number 5.
I love Renee.
And she's great.
Mm-hmm.
I just did not think that it would be as represented in my top 10.
Well, you predicted it.
I did predict it.
Yeah.
Because I thought, maybe she'd get in there.
Yeah. Was it Mean Girls? Was
No.
that? Is that?
No.
You said
it was
beginning of
Snow
the year.
Angel. It's one of the best albums.
But it
in a
came
long
out like
time.
a year and a half ago, which is why I'm like.
Snow Angel Deluxe came out
Oh.
in December of last
Yeah.
year. So January, February, March, I was really into it, and then it's stayed in my big playlist for a long time. So here and there,
Renee Rapp song.
in the kitchen.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. It's from her EP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5.
Number 5 for me was someone we've talked about on this podcast before. If you go back to episode 4, I believe, of season 1.
Okay.
Or it's somewhere around there. I think 3 or 4. And that is Chapel Roan.
Nice.
And
You were the originator.
we created Chapel Roan.
Basically. Yeah.
I don't want to take credit for her success, but I'm going to. Because it was us talking about her on episode 4 of the Playdate podcast. Why Chapel Roan achieved the fame that she did. But yeah. No, I knew she was going to be in there. That was not a surprise to me. And I thought she would be a little higher, honestly.
Sure.
And I don't think any of her songs made my top 5, which was crazy to me.
Wow.
I know, because I feel like...
Not even Good Luck Babe.
Oh. Yeah, that wasn't my top
Okay.
5. My bad. I completely forgot about that. Because I was gonna say, I feel like I listened to the same couple ones of her songs. Like I listened to the whole album, and normally Spotify does your top 5 albums, which I was really confused on why they did it.
I'm a little sad that I've heard from a lot of people that they haven't been giving us this much.
Yeah,
this year.
they didn't give that much this year, which I'm really upset about. It's also because like I think my top 5 album, Rise and Fall of Midwestern Princess, would have been up there a lot.
Okay.
I don't think it would have been number 1, but I think it would have been top 5. So I am surprised that she wasn't a little bit higher, but love her. And I'm not surprised by that she's in the top 5 at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I've been listening to her since what, like March, April, you know. So it's been like
sure.
almost the whole year.
Got popular, everybody was listening.
Exactly, and then she listened to or released "Good Luck, Babe," and then it was like, yeah.
I asked the Spotify AI, which I do not condone, but I asked to see a playlist of one song from each of my top 30 artists in order. And that way I could see more than just the top 5. I kind of gamed the system a little bit. Chappell Roan was 21st.
Wow, she was down there.
Down a little bit further down than I expected. But then I realized that like everybody else that I had been listening to all year, it did make sense that she was a little down there. I really only listened to 5 songs.
Okay.
Red Wine Supernova, Good Luck Babe, Casual, Naked in Manhattan, and
Pink Pony Club.
Pink Pony Club, yeah.
I love Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Chappell Roan song. Okay, who was number 4 for you?
Number 4 is a group duo.
I like how you intro before you say the name.
I like it. I'm like doing something.
Okay.
It's a group or duo, I should say, that actually has gotten a little bit of heat on the internet lately for a song that they've been producing.
What?
And people think that they are like very daddy's money, trying to do soul but don't have the right experience kind of thing.
I don't know who we're talking about.
I think they're very talented. I was this close to going to a concert of theirs, and this group is Lawrence.
I didn't know they had controversy.
What You Want, the acoustic version, was blamed on the internet for just being like, this is so stupid, what the fuck are you doing, why are you making this music? One, if you don't like somebody's music, don't listen to it. That's pretty easy. And 2, they have many other better songs. What You Want is not in my top 10 of their tracks. Like, it's not something that is one of my favorites, but they are a great duo, and they make very, very good music. There's one song, they do a cover of It's Gonna Be Me that I did listen to a lot last year, and I think it cracked my top 15 songs.
Okay.
So
that's fun.
Yeah,
did you expect them to be in there?
No. In my prediction, I had Lake Street Dive at number 4.
But you had Lawrence in.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
No, I had Lawrence very close by, but I had Lake Street Dive at 4. Lake Street Dive ended up being 6. Or 7. Yeah, 7.
That makes sense.
But Lawrence, obviously, it makes sense that Lawrence was in my top 5. They're very good. Number 4.
Yeah. All right. Well, my number 4 artist is someone we saw in concert.
Nice. And
this always happens every year on my Spotify Wrapped. At least one artist that I see in concert is on there because I panic 2 weeks before the concert. I'm like, shit, I don't know any music. Like, even though I do, like, I don't know the exact words. So I'm like,
specifically the album that we saw, we didn't know all the music from it.
Yeah, and like last year it was Maya Hawke at number 5, which I listened to Maya Hawke in a very concentrated part of time because I didn't know more than like 2 songs. So I was like, shit, I gotta go.
Yeah.
This artist was Lizzie McAlpine. Love her.
Love Lizzie. She's my 6.
And I think also not only did going to the older tour like contribute to that, I listened to 5 Seconds Flat so much.
Love that.
That album is so good.
Erase Me is in my top 5 favorite songs of all time.
It's delicious. It's so good. And I liked certain songs off of 5 Seconds Flat like before Older came out, and that's why we ended up going to. Or why I ended up going to Older, because like I did like certain songs, but as a cohesive album, I didn't understand like how great it was until after we bought those tickets, and
especially seeing it in concert,
it was
like
so
how influential it was to her and how it impacted the way that she performed.
And a lot of her songs are like the songs that I think like explain my life experiences perfectly, like literally perfectly. And so that entire album as a whole, I loved. And then also. When she released Pushing It Down and Praying, like, what was it, October?
Yeah.
I listened to that song a lot. I really like it.
I didn't love the deluxe, but I understand.
I didn't listen to any other songs on the deluxe.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, only Pushing Down and Praying. And so it makes so much sense that she's number 4, not only because we saw her in concert, but also because I really liked a lot of her other music as well.
Number 3. This artist has been in my top 5 for as long as I've had a replay of sorts, or Wrapped of sorts.
Rewind of sorts.
For many years, they were my number 1 artist ever. And one of their songs is still probably my favorite song of all time. Bruno Mars is my number 3. Clearly. Because I'm just never going to give him up.
No. And that's okay.
His gambling addiction makes it so that he comes out with a new song every so often, and then it gets me riled up. Die With a Smile came out in July, and I believe it was like in my top 10 songs when I looked at it deeply. Like, that's pretty crazy. I did love that song. I love Bruno Mars in my whole heart. But Silk Sonic opened up a different layer of music and a different genre, moving from this pop R&B stuff to much more of a funk 70s R&B stuff. So good. And they did so well with that. And it was like 3 years ago. I still listen to every single song. I have every single song memorized from that album. Bruno Mars can do no wrong. I will say, because of Silk Sonic, Anderson .Paak has been in my top 5 for so long. This is the first year he was not. He went all the way down to number 9.
Oh, rough.
Pretty crazy. Anderson, you might have to step up your game. That's what I'm hearing.
My number 3 artist was Phoebe Bridgers.
Wow.
That's not a
shocker.
Shocker. Crazy. Last year, I don't think we recapped this because we didn't have the podcast yet.
Yeah.
But my top 5 songs were all Phoebe Bridgers songs. Like, also only Phoebe Bridgers. Like, not Boy Genius. Like, solely Phoebe Bridgers songs last year. And that was very representative, I think, of my music taste. I don't think she was in my top 5 artists though last year. Maybe I made that up.
I think what you were saying was
she wasn't my top artist.
I think she was in your top 5, but
she wasn't my top.
How are my top 5 songs all Phoebe Bridgers, and my top artist was not. But she was like number 5 for you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Does Boy Genius accredit, when you listen to Boy Genius, does it
also accredits? Yeah. But it also accredits Boy Genius. Yeah. It's like 4 artists basically. So shocker, my top song this year was also a Phoebe Bridgers song. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. Same song as last year?
No.
Interesting.
No, different song than last year. Yeah. From my top song, there's lyrics I want to get tattooed on my body.
Really?
Yeah, we'll get to that later. Okay, not this year. Except I will say, I think my top song last year, which was I Know the End, that might be my favorite Phoebe Bridgers song, but the one this year comes in a close second.
Yeah.
Okay. But Phoebe Bridgers, no shocker. I also got into more of Boy Genius. I mean, I went to their concert at the end of last year, but I found songs that I really liked from Boy Genius. You'll see that in my top 5. And then also Phoebe, her music is so classic. Like, I can listen to it over and over and over again, and I don't get bored.
Yeah.
Like, I can't overplay them.
It's also, like, similar to each other because she has a sense of style, but all the songs are very melodically different.
I agree. Also, the lyrics are so good. Like, I find really good.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is, it's like, when I listen to songs, like, I don't really pay attention to the lyrics unless it, like, because I don't, like, think about what is being said until I, like, sit down and, like, focus. Yeah. So, I don't know. I think it's interesting what ones pop out from Phoebe Bridgers. And I love her. I need new music from her because it's been so long. Released her album a couple years ago, and then she did Boy Genius for like 2 years. Yeah. And it's been like 4 years. I want a Phoebe album, and then we can go back to Boy Genius. I like how they alternate. I do.
Okay. That's nice. Number 2. An artist that I have listened to my entire life because he is a favorite of my parents. He was the number 1 artist for both of my parents. And released a song last December that I did not like, but I still listen to all the other ones religiously. Billy Joel. I will never get over Billy Joel. I think he is the epitome of American music, and it doesn't hurt that all the songs are in my range. I can sing them when I'm in the car. Like, they're good car songs, but he has one of the best ranges of all time. He has 6 incredible albums, and I could listen to them non-stop.
Billy Joel.
I could listen to Billy Joel. I know a lot of the lyrics because I grew up listening to all of them. I went to a concert when I was in 6th grade. When he did Madison Square Garden.
He's always in MSG though. Let's talk about it.
He just finished it.
He
just finished his residency.
Oh, he's done.
Square Garden, last one.
Rip.
Yeah.
You know, he brought Olivia Rodrigo out for one of them.
He
That
did.
was good. I enjoyed
well,
that.
when they
actually.
met at the Grammys, she was like, "Wow, you're the reason I got into songwriting." And he was like, "Cool." He had no idea who she was. No clue who Olivia Rodrigo was.
I bet that she knows Billy Joel, because you played her Uptown Girl.
Yeah.
From Deja Vu.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I was just
Are you saying that Joshua Bassett is a bigger fan of Billy Joel than...
I don't want to talk about Joshua Bassett. Okay. Although I do think he should go on Dancing with the Stars. I think that would really help his career.
Oh, man. That's a perfect choice for Dancing with the Stars.
He's trying to
sell... It fulfills the Disney thing.
Yeah.
And it's like the perfect C-tier celebrity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Good job.
Thank you. He's trying to sell these tour tickets, and he's resorting to pretending to kiss men to get people
to... Is he gay?
Yeah, he is. But he came out, and then as I think bi.
Okay.
And then he had his whole Christian Jesus era where he was
I saw
it was like right after he came out too, so some things were going on internally, and then now he's like posting these TikTok ads, and it's like him about to kiss a man, and then him like turning away from the man and going to the camera and being like, "Buy my concert tickets now."
Weird.
Yeah, just weird. Because it's like not queer baiting, I guess, but it also kind of is. I don't know.
His sister posts on TikTok. Winter Bassett.
I didn't... Winter? Her name is Joshua and Winter.
He has another sister too, maybe?
What, like Summer?
Yeah, maybe.
I just like...
Winter does acting POV on TikTok. She's actually quite good at that.
Okay, well, I mean, he's an actor.
Like, she does like stories. She plays all the parts. And she does a lot of that girl at youth group. Okay. So clearly their family has been involved in the church for a long time. Even if they don't, like, it's clear that Winter isn't actively religious anymore. Yeah. But she's making fun of it. Yeah, she's making fun of it, but she has all this experience, which I'm assuming Joshua does too, even though he was in the public eye at around 14 or 15. But before that, I mean.
Yeah, I'm assuming, he grew up religious, but like the sudden dramatic shift to, hey, I'm sending you this message, I'm posting this so Jesus saves you all.
What are the odds that he's just trying to find a different audience? Because he then dropped it so quickly.
No. It's not. I don't think so. I think it's something happened. He came out and then he wasn't...
He got paraded for coming out by his Christian family, maybe?
I was going to say, and they told him to find God, something...
Find God.
Yeah, I don't even know. Can we talk about how Joshua Bassett... I always forget, because I forget that Olivia Rodrigo and Sabrina Carpenter, they're like pretty far apart in age, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
And because Joshua Bassett was in the middle, and I forgot about that.
But Joshua Bassett didn't date Sabrina Carpenter for that long.
Joshua Bassett and Olivia Rodrigo dated when she was like 16 and he was 19.
Really?
Like, isn't that a little weird?
No, I thought the age gap wasn't that big.
It's like 2 or 3 years. Yeah, let's look it up. Because I remember, like, I was watching High School Musical, the series, when it came out because of Lon. Like, she was obsessed with Olivia. Lon was an Olivia Rodrigo fan.
I've been an Olivia Rodrigo fan since
Bizaardvark,
and even before Bizaardvark, when she's had cameos on different shows, the most notable of which was New Girl. She had a cameo.
Yeah.
I didn't see that until after I saw Bizaardvark, but
do you know
Olivia
she was
21 years old.
She was an American Girl doll.
What?
Yeah, she was Grace or something. She was one of the American Girl dolls in the movie. Joshua Bassett, his birthday's in December because he's a Capricorn.
23, his birthday is coming up soon, so they are 2.5 years.
Yeah. I'm not saying that was weird, but I was just like,
it can be.
It can be, like a little bit.
Well, they were on the same show together. You probably don't even go to high school at that point anymore. Like, it's weird, but
it's interesting.
Number 2 artist.
My number 2 artist was, making her return because, she got bumped out of the top 5 last year, and I was kind of upset about that. I will not lie, because I do really love this artist, Billie Eilish. Love her so much. Hit Me Hard and Soft, of course, was
number 2 album on all of Spotify last year.
It's a really fucking good album. Yeah? She already, I think 3 of those songs are already over 1 billion streams. Like, insane.
That came out in what? Like
May 19th.
So she's had 6 months of them tracking it?
Yeah. It's insane.
That's insane.
That album was really good. I love Billie Eilish. I love all her music. And then because the album came out, I had my resurgence of listening to like all her music.
Because she didn't release an album last year.
No, she didn't. The last one she released was 2021.
Yeah.
But which was weird because in 2022 she was still in my top 5.
Probably because you're listening to a lot of her music. But then the drop off happened in 2023.
Yeah.
Big thing she was known for was What Was I Made For?
Which I replayed that song so many times.
Oh, really?
That was I looked at it. I looked at my top 50 and it was like in the top 10.
Wow.
I love that song so much. But yeah, no. Love Billie Eilish.
Oh, that's great.
I went to her concert, so that was also part of it too. Yeah. She's so good.
Number 1.
Number 1.
That's an old ESPN reference.
Sure.
Number 1 is
Hey, did you know ESPN is now on Disney Plus?
I did. I told her that earlier.
Anyway, continue.
Number 1 artist. I found this person on my Apple Music recommended in September of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just lower your chair?
I didn't mean to do it that much because I just felt like I was really tall.
Okay.
Anyway, continue. Yeah.
Found this artist in September of 2023, and ever since then I have loved every single second. I was in the top 0.01% of listeners to this artist, and I went to his concert for the first time in September at the Roadrunner, which was fantastic. And this man obviously is Alan Stone. If you know anything about me, you know like his music is fantastic. I think the lyricism is there. I think the music is there. He records with a live band, which is like a huge thing for me. Is that like my favorite artists, they gotta have a fantastic voice, which he does. They have to have unique songwriting ability, which he does, and they have to record with a live band. I need to feel that live spirit. Like that's what it takes to be one of my favorite songs. And my top song, which I was 0.07% of listeners on Spotify, was from him, and we'll get to that later. But wow. I mean, I expected it.
Was he in your top 5 last year?
Not even a little.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, also because you discovered him so late in the
September,
year.
But like, it was close to October. It was like near Parents' Weekend.
Damn.
And I remember because I showed my parents the song that I love so much now that I listened to 160 times.
I listened to my top song 161 times.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's great.
So yeah. Number 1 artist. Okay. I know you're so proud of this.
I'm really proud of this. Well, it's just the year of white women. I just like all 5 of my top artists were white women, and I just like I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't. I miss Olivia Rodrigo. You know, she really carries the diversity in my top 5 artists. Not this year.
I gotta step on my diversity game.
I love Olivia. I really was surprised she wasn't in top 5. I thought she would be 5th, but my top artist was Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Gotta do it.
Yeah. She was my top artist last year too, which last year I wasn't surprised about because I had like a summer of Taylor Swift, like, you know.
And which one of the Taylor versions came out last year?
So many of them.
Yeah.
Speak Now.
Speak Now
1989.
and 1989 came out last year. That's big.
But like the thing is, I feel like I don't listen to. Well, I Speak Now. I do listen to a lot. I haven't listened to it a lot this year, but last year I did a lot, especially after Taylor's version came out. But I thought Taylor Swift was going to be top 5 just because her music is on so many of my playlists, and she just has so much. You know what I mean? Like, and so at least on one of my playlists, she's on there for sure. But I didn't think she would be number 1 just because I felt like I listened to other artists more. But I guess just because of how much music she has, she was number 1.
Yeah.
And so am I a little upset? Yeah.
You got 31 songs from her in the beginning of this year. So it makes sense. In March of this year, we got 31 new songs from her. April 17th. You're justifying your case a little bit for Taylor being your number 1 artist.
Oh my gosh, no.
I listened to all of them.
I listened to all of them once, and then I just pick and choose.
The Alchemy?
I like The Alchemy. I do like The Alchemy. I was listening to, I don't remember. I have a couple on my playlist from that.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of folklore. There was a folklore song in my top 5. And then also, oh my gosh, at camp, I had a playlist and a lot of Taylor Swift was on there that I just played all day during camp just because she has a lot of like clean music.
Your earbuds was popping off.
Oh, my earbuds.
Oh my God.
It just,
every like 1,600 minutes of music listened to throughout the week because you're just playing it
over and over because my phone was the one that was used to play the music at camp, and it was just, can we play Red by Taylor Swift? Can we play Love Story by Taylor Swift? Like, whoa, it was just a lot of like Fearless and like that kind of stuff. Which, sure, I mean, yeah, I was top 2% of listeners, which I feel like is not that much because she has so many. Is that a lot
for Taylor Swift listeners? That's a big deal. Okay.
Well,
I would say for Taylor Swift listeners specifically, because there are so many of them.
But then think about how much 2% is. Like a lot of people.
2% is probably 1 million people.
So I'm in the top 1 million. Okay, sick. Are there any artists that you thought would be top 5 but weren't?
Yes, just one. And, two. One that I had predicted and one that I had hoped.
Yeah.
I had predicted, like, Street Dive would be in the top 5, and they weren't. They were number 7. And I had hoped Lizzie McAlpine would be in my top 5, because I want to give her some credit, because I think she's an amazing artist. Yeah. She was number 6. I was really close with that. And I am surprised, even, that my predictions were so close.
Yeah. You did good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had no idea.
I really had no idea. I could kind of like generally tell you who I thought. Like I knew like Billy would be up there.
Billy, Chapel, Taylor,
yeah,
Phoebe, yeah.
I thought Olivia Rodrigo would be in there. I love her so much. I really do. Like I can't. She's honestly like personality wise like probably one of my favorite artists. Like
she's one of the funniest people to like see in an interview.
She's so fun. And then I also thought Noah Kahan would be number 5. But
yes. I had a resurgence in the latter half of the year of country/folk.
Yeah.
I really thought that one of Chris Stapleton or Noah Kahan could make their way to the top 5. Possibly. They ended up being both of them top 15 because I had such a resurgence. But
I bet Noah was 6 because like Taylor Swift, like a lot of his songs are just like scattered throughout my playlist. Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, no. At least some of my top 5 was gay.
Okay.
You know?
Well, let's do top 5 songs. You want to speedrun them?
Okay.
Number 5 song was Tummy Hurts by Renee Rapp. Featuring Coco Jones. Specifically featuring Coco Jones. I love Coco Jones. I think she's great. She performed the Thanksgiving Day Parade. That was great. My number 4 song, I was a little disappointed. I didn't really want it, but it's Look at Me by Alan Stone and Corey Wong. It's a great song. I had expected Erase Me to be in my top 5. Again, number 6. Very disappointing that it wasn't in my top 5 because I don't like Look at Me like I like the other ones, but I guess I listen to it a lot. Number 3 was Jessie by Couch. It's another band that I think is fantastic, and I listen to a lot of their music. They just don't have a lot of music, so it's hard to listen to it all. And that was great. And I listened to Jessie a lot in the winter months of last year, and I remember listening to it all the time, like, over and over and over again. And I have memories of like hearing that song and thinking I'm in West.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you get called like a pink Pilates princess something?
Yes.
Me too.
September?
No, mine was October.
Mine was September.
I was like,
I listened to, apparently in that month, I listened to a lot of Sabrina Carpenter, which is true.
Oh, Sabrina. They didn't mention, I was surprised Sabrina was not on there for me.
Oh,
top
really?
5.
Well, they were like, you listened to a lot of Sabrina. I was like, well, that's when her album came out.
Yeah.
It was the Princess Pilates, whatever.
Pink was in there.
Chapel, Sabrina, and Olivia.
Okay, because
I was like, I feel like I listened to those a good amount throughout the year.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, number 1.
No, number 2. I haven't said number 2 yet. Is Over Tonight by Stacey Ryan, who started as a TikTok musician.
Oh my God.
I don't listen to many of her other songs because she hasn't released a full album yet.
Yeah.
When she does, it's going to be so good.
Okay.
But it fits into the same great voice, great musicianship, and uses a live band, and you can tell. And it's so good, and it's influenced much of the music that I make as well. Last one, number 1, by far, and I listened to it 160 times. I was in the 0.07% of people that listened to this song, or 0.01, I believe. And it was Brown Eyed Lover by Alan Stone. That might be my favorite song of all time.
It's a
Brown Eyed Lover. It's a good song.
Yeah,
it's a really good song. Because it has so much melodic differentiality between the chorus and the verses. And then when I saw it live, and I took a video of it, and I was really jamming along, and we were so close to him in the concert when he sang it, and he looked at me and pointed at me, and he was like, yeah. And it was like, oh my God. During that song. And I was like, okay. Right after, I was like, try to play it cool. It's okay. And then halfway through the video, instead of me singing, I'm just like, oh. It's a great song. My top 5 songs of all time, real quick. Brown Eyed Lover by Alan Stone, Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars, Vienna by Billy Joel, Erase Me by Lizzie McAlpine, and Someone Like You by Adele.
Tell Me Hurts featuring Coco Jones.
Not all time.
I do love that song though.
Great song.
Yeah, great song.
Your top 5.
My top 5. My top 5. 5th, Good Luck Babe. Duh.
Good song.
Also, because a lot of the songs that are in my top 5 are in like, I do month or season playlists. So like a lot of the songs that are in my top 5 are on multiple season playlists because those are the playlists I listen to over and over and over again in the season. So like, duh, if they're in multiple seasons, I'm gonna listen to them multiple times throughout the year. So Good Luck Babe was on spring and summer and fall. No, so summer and fall. And then 4 was Birds of a Feather. Yeah. My favorite Billy song off of Hit Me Hard and Soft. Really enjoyed that song.
It was many people's favorite song.
It was.
Hit Me Hard and Soft.
Oh, it was. But it was a good song.
For a reason.
Really good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Justified.
She closed her concert with that song too. That was like the last one.
I feel like that's not much of a closer.
No, because it says like don't want to say goodbye, like that kind of stuff. Fun. You know, like it's like really cute. Then number 3 was This Is Me Trying, Folklore. I
don't know.
You don't know that song?
I could hear it in my head, but I can't.
Okay. There was a time I was going through it a little bit in the beginning of the year in like January. No, it's okay. No fear. Oh, okay. Thank you. And I had like a playlist for like just certain songs. This Is Me Trying was on it. I listened to that playlist. It was probably like 5 songs long over and over and over again. And This Is Me Trying apparently won that battle. That's what Was I Made For was also on that playlist.
Oh yeah.
So hands up. Number 2, the song of the summer for me. We talked about this a couple episodes ago. True Blue. Love that song by Boy Genius. I rediscovered that song because I had listened to it before, obviously. I went to their concert and whatnot. Great song. And my number 1 song was Scott Street by Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah.
I think that was on my top 5 last year, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, no. Really love this song. Listened to it 161 times or 162, something around there. Low 60s. 160s. Great song.
Good song.
And I want to get a tattoo of some of those lyrics, but it's kind of long, so I like don't know where.
Would you say any of those are in your favorite songs of all time? Is Scott Street that high?
I wouldn't say of all time.
Yeah.
It is a really good lineup because a lot of the times, like my top 5, there's like at least 1 or 2 where I'm like, I don't actually really like that song. You know what I mean? But this was a good lineup. Like
these are like 5 songs you really love.
5 songs that a lot of people were complaining that their Spotify Wrapped didn't like encapsulate their music listening for the year. I felt like mine did great. Like mine was so accurate. I felt like.
Sure, I think mine may have underrepresented some, but who am I to say no, it didn't? Because it's their algorithm, mostly AI generated. So
yeah, I wouldn't say any of those are my top 5 songs overall, though. I think a lot of I do like a lot of older Billy songs, like Everything I Wanted, banger song. Love that song so much. I think that might be my favorite Billy song, actually. But yeah, sorry. Now I'm just thinking, but I don't know. I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. Well,
we should pivot to
the season
of green.
Of green.
And red, but mostly green.
Green and pink and red and green and pink. Whoa.
Whoa. Where did that come from?
Green and pink go good together.
You know that's the theme of my birthday party on Tuesday?
Go well together. That's
what I said.
Grammar. No.
Grammar. Oh, I know. You were quoting the movie. Yeah. I couldn't remember what she said.
Wicked!
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. I mean, is there a lot to talk?
Sorry. Now that you and Allie
just serve each other, me and Bob.
That was really good. Yeah, you and Allie were talking about that a couple days ago, and I had never seen it on TikTok. And then all of the sudden...
Don't you dare say another bad word about her.
Nessa.
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 Nessa. Nessa. Nessa.
Anyway, Wicked,
all
great
this
movie.
To say is that great movie, but it is culturally important because everybody has seen it, and thus everybody will make something out of it, and everybody will put something together with it. And that's what you get with cultural phenomenons like that. That's what happened with Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Barbenheimer.
Yeah. And I would classify this in the same level of cultural significance.
Did you participate in Moaned?
Not yet. Will I see Moana 2? Jury's still out. Probably.
Okay, I don't know if I'm going to see it.
Maybe not until it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But it definitely won't be on Disney Plus until like the summer. Inside Out 2
some bad
took
things
a
about
long
it.
time to get onto Disney Plus. And Moana 2 is probably they're projecting that it will get just as much love in the box office. Because it's just so popular. I learned something interesting. Moana 2, we were not supposed to talk about Moana 2.
Hey, it's part of Wicked. Kind of.
Moana 2 is going to be so popular because so many people watched Moana, not when it came out, but for the last 3 years, it was the highest streamed movie on Disney Plus.
Because it's so good. It's so good.
The highest streamed, it wasn't Frozen, it wasn't Tangled, it wasn't Cinderella or Beauty and the Beast, it wasn't a classic princess movie. It was an adventure story that happened to have somebody that a lot of girls could relate to.
Moana.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Oh, but Lynn didn't write the music for Moana 2. And I've heard a lot of criticism about that.
Barlow and Bayer wrote the music.
I don't know who that is.
They wrote the unofficial Bridgerton musical.
Oh my God, on TikTok? That's actually really funny.
But they are very talented musicians. It's just that, like, it's not Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, it's not.
He did Mufasa, the Lion King, the prequel to the new version of the Lion King. That's what he was working on instead of Moana. And he said that he didn't want to take on Moana 2 because it was originally a series, and Disney Plus didn't think that it would get any love on Disney Plus as a series, so they made it a movie in theaters.
Anyway, Wicked.
Anyways, Wicked.
1 out of 10. Wicked.
Can we do decimals?
No. For sure.
Okay. We'll say it at the same time.
Okay.
Wicked. Rated 3, 2, 1.
8.75. That's pretty good. Yeah. It was really good. I enjoyed.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It was great.
Especially,
the music was amazing, and I think all movie musicals should be directed by John Chu now, and because he did In the Heights.
He did.
And that was great.
The thing is, I went into Wicked. I've never seen the full Wizard of Oz. I obviously know what happens in the Wizard of Oz, but I'd never seen it, so nothing was like a surprise to me. But it was interesting to go in not having seen the full Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
And also Kendra, I went with Kendra. She had never seen the Wizard of Oz, didn't know what happened. So I was trying to like tell her what was going on in the Wizard of Oz, like whatever. Because, you know, it opens like in the timeline of the Wizard of Oz.
It opens and you fly by Dorothy and the Gang.
Yeah. And then also, I had never seen Wicked, never heard Wicked besides Popular and Defying Gravity.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. It was nice. It was fun to
and I came at it from a theater kid perspective. My whole life, everybody I knew was a huge Wicked fanatic. I didn't see it until high school, actually, but I knew the music and I knew everything about it. And they had cast Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, and I thought it was a fantastic choice because I knew that they would be great. Cynthia Erivo was a Tony winner, and Ariana Grande is freaking Ariana Grande.
I hope she gets the EGOTs.
It's absolutely possible.
Yeah.
It depends on if Defying Gravity wins Best Song at the Oscars. I don't think she will win the Oscar for Best Performance by a leading actress.
Her performance was fabulous. It was so good.
I think it will be overshadowed by the performance of Ariana Grande, which was even better. I think in terms of what they could have done with the character, I think Ariana Grande did an immaculate job, and Cynthia did a almost perfect job.
I think Ariana Grande had also, like with Glinda, you have more room for character choices.
Elphaba, her arc is so set in stone.
Exactly. Like
you can't do much.
Because there's also a reason Glinda is like technically a supporting character because the
story's not about her.
Exactly. It's not about her. She has a small arc, but she doesn't really have an arc. Because, she and like by the end, she's still making the same decision she would have made in the beginning of the movie. And so there's just a lot more space because she doesn't have to show evolution in her character.
Exactly. And I think that's why it's harder for Cynthia Erivo to be looked at as such a great character because we know what Wicked is. It's an adaptation of a musical. And I think it'll be hard for a lot of voters to see a main character with such a specific arc, seeing what she did specifically with this character. I think it's fantastic. She should easily get nominated for the Oscar. If she wins, I wouldn't be surprised.
Surprise.
But I think it all comes down to, I don't think they would let both of them win.
Rip.
And I think that's what it is. I don't think they would let a movie musical have both.
I don't think they would let both.
That's part of the problem. Ariana Grande's performance was that good. That
she did a really good job.
As someone that is not a primary actor could come into that role.
She started as an actor. Hashtag victorious.
Yeah. But come on. But yeah, Wicked was great.
I always forget she's in her 30s.
Both of them were.
I knew Cynthia Erivo was in her 30s, but Ariana Grande, like, I feel like that was I didn't know how old she was, so I had to Google it because I genuinely, she could have been any age to me. Because I feel like she's been around for so long, but then also she looks pretty young. So I was like, crazy.
By the way, comment down below how much space you're holding for Defying Gravity.
Yeah. How much space are you holding?
Just about this much.
Yeah, I'm not really holding that much space.
Oh no, you're like here?
Yeah. Like, it's fine.
I'm about here.
Okay. So.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
You're holding space. Yeah.
That's good. Defying Gravity, she did an amazing job with that. The only problem is that it was a little anticlimactic because they stretched it out.
They stretched it out for so long.
It was a 9-minute song in what should have been a 6-minute song.
My only complaint about the movie was it was what, 2:40, 2 hours 40 minutes, I think was its official runtime. I feel like it could have been less than that, like 2:15. I'm not advocating for a complete cut, and I understand why they made it 2 parts. I just think, or at least cut some of the ending stretch time and put it into showing more of Glinda and Elphaba's like characters in the beginning, because I felt like, not that their character and friendship was rushed. I did feel like it was a little fast though.
I get it.
And I wish they took someone from the end and put it in more in the beginning. Yeah. What'd you think of Jonathan Bailey?
Oh, he was great.
He was really good.
I think he was, again, another highlight of the movie.
He did so really well.
Dancing Through Life was impressive for somebody he doesn't come from a singing background.
No, and he also did it all himself. Like, all the stunts and stuff.
He did all the stunts and his singing.
He did that front walkover.
Yeah. It was really, really impressive. Lowlights of the movie.
I just said mine. The timing, the pacing. I think it was a little weird.
It was long.
It was just long, and I feel like the ending was too long. Yeah. And the beginning was, or not the beginning, but like when they're first like becoming friends was too short.
Yes. It was kind of like they're not friends. Oh my God, they're
friends. Like the hat thing, like I didn't quite get why Elphaba all of a sudden was friendly with Glinda, because I get it, she did something nice for her sister, kind of, but like also it came from a place of malice, but also like from Elphaba's perspective, it was good. See it because it was
but
good. Then also like then she showed up in the hat, and I couldn't tell if she was like thinking she was gonna be accepted and stuff, and then she realized Glinda did it to make fun of her, but then Glinda danced with her, so then it was all okay, and I was like, I feel like I wouldn't forgive that so easily. Yeah. Like, it was just weird. Like, the motivations I, like, didn't quite understand.
Part of my lowlights are spoilers for part 2, because I've seen the musical.
Okay,
are you okay with this?
I'm fine with that.
Spoilers for part 2. I think Jeff Goldblum as the wizard, and this is probably the writing's fault, was way too obvious that the wizard was Elphaba's father.
See, the thing is, I didn't get that until I watched it on TikTok later. Like, maybe I'm...
Got it.
Like...
As someone that knows, maybe I'm just like, oh, I know.
I didn't know, and I didn't, like...
He said the words, I've always wanted to be a parental figure to somebody, or something like, I think you can learn a lot from me, and we could be a familial team, something like that. Yeah. Where he was, like, really laying it on thick. Yeah. And when the wizard sang in the first song, or the mysterious person sang in the first song that got her pregnant, hey! It was literally Jeff Goldblum. Like, you could hear, have another drink, my dark-eyed beauty. Yeah.
We're talking about Wicked.
Oh, I know you're talking
about. I got one more night just here in town.
See, I didn't hear Jeff Goldblum. I mean, now, looking back, I guess I can hear him, but also, like, I was like...
That's interesting. Okay, so I'm probably having a different perspective, because I've seen the musical before. And I know what happens in part 2.
Maybe I'm just, like, oblivious on, like...
Maybe they're changing the ending. I have a theory that they are changing the ending because so many people already know the ending of Wicked. I don't know what they would do with it, because obviously it wouldn't be the normal ending.
They'd do something new.
It's interesting.
And then any other lowlights?
Some of the casting choices, I think they went for celebrity over vocal ability, which in a musical,
like, what's her name? Angourie Rice in Mean Girls 2024.
Yes. Yes.
I love that movie. Can we talk about that movie?
Movie musicals. Wicked did an amazing job of treating this as a musical and filming it with the full choreography of everything. That was great.
Loathing.
They weren't filming like a Disney Channel movie musical where they did that kind of stuff. They were really doing full stage choreography and then putting a camera on it. And I really appreciated that. Like The Greatest Showman did.
I do like that movie.
In the Heights did.
I've never watched that movie. Can we talk about Mean Girls 2024?
Sure, we can.
I love that movie.
I don't, but
I know so many people are such a hater, but it is so like campy, so fun. Like
it is campy.
I just enjoyed myself.
But how much camp can you take? Because that was the whole movie.
I loved it. Did you go in expecting like cinema?
No.
Then
I expected Mean Girls on Broadway, which is still not what we got.
See, I've never seen Mean Girls on Broadway. I think I enjoy movie musicals more than when they're done badly, because I don't have any expectations of what the musical is supposed to look like. But anyway, moving on. Sorry,
I just hope that Hamilton never gets a movie.
Hamilton already has a movie.
Well, not like a pro shot, but like a real movie. I hope to God they don't get one.
Bring the original cast back. And do because it's acting and singing and dancing, and if you go with the original cast, which is just so perfect.
Yeah.
Except there was divorce. Cheating. Jasmine Cephas Jones, who played Peggy and Mariah Reynolds, and Anthony Ramos were like married, and then he cheated on her.
Yeah, and they
but
divorced.
They don't have scenes together, so they're probably fine.
No, they don't.
Anyway, back to Wicked. Casting
choices. I think they went for celebrity over vocal ability with Michelle Yeoh. Do I love Michelle Yeoh? Yes. I think her acting ability obviously is stellar and still shows in the movie. But when she sings, it wasn't as good as it could have been, especially because I've seen the musical and I know how good it could be. But either way, Wicked gets a green for go.
Green for good.
Green for good.
Even though pink in the movie is for good and green is for evil. Just like labels.
What is it called in sociology when the color is associated with like a boy or a girl?
Oh, I don't remember sociology. Yes. Thank you. I don't. Is that better?
Well, we had a lot to talk about this episode.
Yeah, this is a long episode.
We'll just do an even longer one for next week.
Great.
With that being said.
Green for Wicked.
With that being said.
Green for Spotify. Green for Joshua Bassett.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's okay.
G stands for Green, Spotify, Wicked, and Joshua Bassett.
What? Wicked?
G for Wicked.
G for Wicked.
I feel like Wicked's supposed to be.
What?
No. I don't think that's right.
You're insane.
Anyway.
Peace. And...